Have you ever eaten boiled eggs just because they're convenient, not because they taste good? I used to do the same. Eggs are cheap and always in the kitchen, but boiled, they're bland. Fried, they get dry. After a while, it gets boring, and breakfast often just feels like something to get through. After years of cooking, I realized eggs aren't bad, they just weren't cooked the right way. I tried making a very small change. No fancy ingredients, no complicated techniques, just a few simple steps. In less than 5 minutes, the eggs become soft, creamy, fragrant, and much easier to enjoy. Today, I'll share 2 quick and simple ways to cook eggs, making breakfast light but still nutritious. Be sure to watch until the end of the video. For this first recipe, I only use 2 tomatoes, that's enough. Cut the tomatoes into large, thick slices about 2 centimeters thick. In the past, I used to slice them too thin, and as soon as they hit the pan, they turned soft and mushy, which didn't look appetizing at all. After learning from a few tries, I realized that cutting them like this looks much better and more appealing. Next, use any tool you have handy in your kitchen to remove the tomato cores. Perfect. Everything is done quickly and easily. Now finely chop the tomato flesh. The finer you chop it, the more cohesive and flavorful the dish will be. Put the tomatoes into a large bowl, then crack 2 eggs into it. After that, finely chop some green onions to add fragrance and make the dish look more attractive. If you're also looking for a simple, no-fuss but delicious breakfast idea, make sure to keep watching this video. Add a bit of salt and black pepper to suit your taste. Chop finely 2 cloves of garlic to boost the flavor. Now mix everything together. Wow! I've only mixed it briefly, and the aroma is already so tempting. Once everything is well combined, add 1 tablespoon of flour to help bind the mixture. Stir once more, and the mixture is ready. At this point, place a pan on the stove and let it heat up gradually. I add 1 tablespoon of butter to the pan. You can adjust the amount depending on your family's taste. Let the butter melt slowly in the pan. Just watching the butter melt and smelling that gentle aroma is already enough to give you the motivation to keep cooking. When the butter has just melted and becomes fragrant, gently place the tomato slices into the pan. This really is a quick, simple, and delicious recipe. I believe you'll want to save it because you'll definitely make this dish many more times. Next, I spoon 1 or 2 tablespoons of the egg mixture into each tomato slice. What dish do you usually like to make for breakfast? Leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to read it, and we'll definitely try cooking your ideas. Alright, cover the pan with a lid and cook over medium heat for about 5 minutes so the eggs cook evenly. By now, the aroma has already filled the whole house. Look at this, the eggs are beautifully cooked, set on the surface, with no excess moisture at all. Carefully flip them over and cook for a few more minutes. One small thing to keep in mind is to cook them only over medium heat to make sure the eggs don't burn. I'll sprinkle a little grated cheese on top like this. You can use any kind of cheese you like. Cook until the cheese has just melted and blended nicely into the dish, then gently remove them from the pan. And that's it. These eggs are wonderfully fragrant, rich, and delicious. In just about 5 minutes, with only a few tomatoes and a few eggs, you'll have a quick and tasty breakfast ready on the table. Now you can gather the whole family to enjoy a warm, nourishing, and delicious breakfast together. But don't skip this video just yet. I'm going to share a second recipe that's very simple and amazing, and I'm sure you'll love it. First, crack the eggs into a bowl and add a little milk to make the eggs softer and creamier. Next, sprinkle in some finely chopped cilantro. Adding some greens makes breakfast look more appealing and taste better too. Add a pinch of salt and a bit of freshly ground black pepper to boost the aroma and balance the flavor. Finally, add half a teaspoon of chili powder if you like a mild kick and want the dish to look more appetizing. Then I add a little grated cheese, which gives the creamy flavor I really like. Just sprinkle a bit straight into the bowl like this. Okay, mix all the ingredients well so they blend together. Now, cut a bell pepper in half and remove all the seeds. I used to skip this step, but once I started doing it, I realized the dish turns out much neater and tastes better. I usually choose bell peppers in different colors. It makes breakfast brighter and more beautiful. Just looking at it already makes the day feel full of energy. All right, heat a pan and add a little oil, not too much, just enough to keep the eggs from sticking to the bottom. Once the pan is hot, place the bell pepper halves into the pan, arranging them so they're not touching each other. Pour the egg mixture into each bell pepper half like this. Don't rush, let the egg mixture spread evenly. I take a few bright red cherry tomatoes and cut them in half. I don't know about you, but I really love the flavor of cherry tomatoes. When they're ripe and cooked, they're juicy and delicious, with a fresh bite that pairs perfectly with eggs. Place them on top of each bell pepper like this. Doesn't it look beautiful? Add a little water to the pan, just a small amount to help everything steam and cook through. Cover with a lid and cook over medium heat for about 10 to 12 minutes. At this point, the eggs will have set, and the bell peppers will be soft but not mushy. While waiting for everything to cook, sprinkle a little cheese on top. You can use any type of melting cheese you like. Now, let's check. It's perfect. The eggs are ready. If you want a crispier golden top, put it in an air fryer or oven for another 3 to 5 minutes. It will definitely be delicious. Everything is ready. Look at this cheese layer, golden and fragrant. I carefully transfer it to a plate, and I just want to eat it right away. Okay, I'll show you the inside. Look at this. Steam is rising. The aroma spreads immediately. It's so inviting. A bite is creamy and aromatic, and it's best eaten while hot. It's truly wonderful. With the helpful tips I've shared, try applying them to keep the eggs flavorful, rich, and creamy. How about you? How do you usually cook your eggs? Share with me in the comments. If you found these tips useful, please give the video a like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any practical, easy-to-follow tips I'll be sharing in future videos. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.